Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yorubaland series of Crusader Kings 3 here on the Lord Master channel, in which this empire has survived its early growing pains. Well, it's actually more growing pains as much as it took many stabs and blows, and yet it's standing still. In its history of the Young High Kingdom, it was created by Segun, my mother, who we recently buried in a funeral at the end of the previous episode. And then when she died, and I had to take up the reins to rule this young high kingdom, in which we survived a devastating Dissolution War, in which the enemies have been dealt with, especially with the help from others. Again, one day the land will be inherited by my son and heir, the Songhay, which will one day be an addition to our high kingdom. There is a tribal kingdom of Sahara up there, which is good to know. And so locally here, as we're still in our own world, after we have survived the earlier actually, we shall hold a mystical communion and then meditate in seclusion for this, as we will soon become a paragon of virtue, because my next plan is something that I've not done before in this series, and also would be the first for the Lord Master channel. We should create a legend. Custodian of the Order's holy site, which is obviously the local holy site. It costs a lot more now, but we do have the income for the upkeep to promote it. And when you do that, of the modifiers, especially that it helps with the popular opinion around here, as well as everywhere else. And we've expanded our realm enough, and we've stabilized the situation, so I thought it would be time to promote a legend to one of my ancestors. Not me. Not me. I wouldn't want to promote myself to it. Instead, it should go to, oh, not him. But him. I mean, he's the one who started it all. Because, you know, he left no descendants himself. And based on this time of after 80 years the game started, he's becoming somewhat of a legend. He's a great grand uncle. Is there a term for that? I doubt it, but nevertheless, it's something that we should look to for all that. I'm sure you're one of you. Over the domain limit is not a reason for that. It's good money, and Zanab, as you drew your last breath, relief washed over me. Perhaps I should be ashamed. In truth, there was no love lost between us. Finally, I'm free to start my life anew. Not one day too soon. The reason I say that is because, you know, she's an adulterer, a fornicator. She got ill while pregnant and died from being ill. It wasn't in... Oh, that's tragic. We had our differences. But now, my son is going to rule the Songhay, while he will while he goes to rule over there at his stead. If anything happens over there to him, if they try to overthrow him, I will be there to support. But you know what? Go ahead. Just give us the money. If you start this again, I mean, you've already been punished. Hope a lion gets you. Remember the past? But anyways, I'll just hold court for the legitimacy. The next petitioner is evidently somewhat of a stranger in this court, as I do not recognize him. And the eyes of Marshal Osangangan has been on him since the first Senate. My lord, come to declare that the people of Kaduna refused to pay the tax he levied upon us. In times past, our landed people were granted rights and privileges, which exactions ignore. We request that you address our concerns fairly, or else. Well, I say imprison this wretch, Marshal, and then crush the rabble. Oba Buri Titail and her Oba approach cautiously. Uba approach cautiously, wary of the assembled court. My lord, I'm sure someone in the High Kingdom is trying to harm my Uba. I have no evidence, but I suspect Nana Sabe. He resents Matengu's dislike of him and seeks revenge. I beg of you, imprison Sabe and put a stop to this madness. You sure? He's an honorable man. He's nice. What are you talking about? I'll question him, just in case. He denies any involvement. See? I have faced the Joke Olayinka Odudua's Sarais, which grow larger and more pitiful as his acquaintance on Balaraba gently ushers him towards me. Uni, sure, it's the boy. There's been an Olayinka's court with no one to watch over him since the death of his dear papa. Please, look into his future. Oh. He is kin. I'll say my hands are full, but we'll find him a home. Thank you very much. You know, my son is with them. He's traveling right now. He's on his way. Oh, and I'll do the mystical communion, and then this is for the wise man trait. Get more of this, and that just increases your learning. That is all. Comfort in the own castle. Hope you look at me more positively, because you're going to be trouble. Alright. My son is now ruling over there. I would remain your guardian. You are my son. You should have a diplomacy education, because I would like to see you one day to be the one to stabilize over there. And he will one day be the ruler of Benin and Songhay. Would like to raise you too. You're willing to forgive? Hope so. Also would like to find another spouse. Anybody from Houseland? You got any? Nope. Son of. Yes, they're betrothed together. They're bound to have this alliance between us. And this one is possibly going to be conquered or not. You over there? Oh. You're too old to be bearing children for me. Ah, touch to the head. I'm not looking for any strong alliances, but as much as any realms that we'd be willing to, get them in and maybe out. Ah, there's you. Though, it's not inheritable, so that's fine. What do you say? Yes? Yes, you desire an alliance. That's your main reason. You are intimidated, and you're a bit far away from me. Although we would not be in court together, unfortunately. But I'm used to having people who rule different areas. And she's young too. So therefore, I get another one of my children who's going to rule over there. Spread the dynasty more. That is what I call encouraging. I would be happy for you to educate my kinsman. You mean yourself? I know what you're talking about. Yeah. What language is that you speak? The Crow language. Knowing that I'm a bit of a knowledgeable man myself, I would like to learn your language. Something to do in the free time. Won't be long now. And after that's done, we gotta get up to this large amount of gold. Unless anybody else wants to be ransomed out of here. Need of a worthy successor again? Right, because many of our men and women keep getting death by wounds. That one died of cancer. Oh, he was a good man. He was the best chancellor we've ever had. Well, you finally get to have this. And also, just to please you, finally, because you desire it, you're gonna get it. I have no use for it anymore. See? We're gonna get along better. And one day, we got to deal with the, the vassal issues. No, not the vassal issue, the domain limit. Which the easiest way in the world would be, just get your stewardship up. And I'll do that. But there's other priorities. And we don't have time for raids. Would also love to go on a grand tour, but I think there has to be an absolute reason for that. You know, go ahead. No Reavers around? No. Go get Trezor. Are you gonna be good? Are you gonna behave? If you want a seat on the council, well, you can have it. I'm giving you this chance to be a good person, okay? You're gonna behave. I hope a lion eats you on the way. Yeah. Control will slowly be restored, but I ain't going hunting over there. We have enough money to afford to create a legend, which we're about to do that very, very soon. Now, there's plenty of areas to raid. Like, say, over there. You go on this side, or you go this way. We're going to raid towards Bornu. Although I think you may want to ignore Bornu because it's under a state of civil war. I've been studying ancient religious texts and the writings of scholars. They all seem to agree that the world will end 6,000 years after its creation. By my calculations, we're less than a century away. My core chaplain, Manola, urges me to keep it to myself. Leave the elders, avoid panic. What if your calculations are wrong? I should consult with more shamans. That'd be ideal. Peasant uprising. How big is your uprising? I mean, it can't be that bad. Well, this is my wife, my new wife, so... So it's like, come on, you can handle it, can't you? Well, it's an army officially now. They're no longer raiders. So in this case, head to the river. To the river. And then, after when you're done, take it to the sea and land here. Okay. There have been a smuggling ring operating in Ife. Right here in Ife? For some time. However, officials were unable to find any useful information on them that would lead to these criminals' arrest. Recently, however, my officials managed to capture one of the smugglers who turned out to be an extreme coward. Even a casual mention of torture was enough to turn this man into a quivering mess. He told the authorities everything. The members of the smuggling ring have all been caught and justice doled out. All in all, it was a great success. The man's cowardice was our key to victory. That's good, in the popular opinion. Let's do it. I don't typically do this sort of thing, and we can afford it. The Custodian of the Orange Holy Site. Holy in the sacred site for Orisha is a mark of holiness itself. This is a holy legend. We don't have a court chronicler, but we do have one who's a poet, and learning skill and diplomacy is good. Not to mention that that person, this woman, is also a court physician, so you will double dip in your pay, and you'll be a court chronicler as well. She doesn't need to search for legends right now. We have one here, so we're going to promote one. Which you can promote your past people. So again, this legend sees for Fane Holy Legend. Select the legend protagonist and create your legend. So there's me, there's my mother, there's my father, grandmother, grandfather, aunt. Too bad I can't go further. Because I would have loved to do it, say about great grandfather. Not this man. In fact, when you think about it, it's almost like, man, none of my ancestors were good people. And I don't remember if she was a very religious person, but she was certainly a great warrior. Like, the only suitable candidate if I want to talk about that ancestor would be my aunt. My father was a mercenary. Because, you know, I'm a child of a concubine, and this came from Orgene, who was a Hindu. So yes, it's kind of hard to believe that I am not really a ethnic Yoruba as much as I'm half Yoruba through mother. You think it that way. And also part Bariba. But the real question is, you know, who's done who? So filters and it's like, man, I wish you could go further back, but I guess you can't do that. You have to do it with your close relatives, your parents and grandparents and siblings and such things. You can only do it with them. None of them are good people. But however, if I wanted to have, like, say, hey, how about you search for another legend, and just will come out with someone else, something else. Every year you have a random chance of getting a legend seed. Higher levels out to will increase the chances of this occurring. Instead of Custodian. I mean, after all, I am a religious man. And knowing that I have a long rule ahead of me because I'm only 29 years old. Because I'm following in a similar footsteps to the one who started it all, Oduduwa. So, despite my dull-mindedness, at least I should be known for my learning religion and all that. So why not? Let's do it. Just do it on myself. Okay, so if you do it on a living person, you get this legitimacy. But if you gain additional legitimacy for, you know, dead ancestors. I mean, more legitimacy is always excellent. But look at your legitimacy now. When you get up to ordained, it will give you all these great benefits. But does anybody know? That's another thing about getting the soul. Much like, that Gimbus left no descendants of her own either. But she was a fierce woman. But bravery is a virtue, yes. And she was humble too. You know what? I think she may have been religious, given credit for. Alright, after all, who else in those descendants that would be able to remember? It's like when you think about it, all those who came before and have faded away since is basically a stuff of legend. So, let's do one more time. So I say I choose my aunt, Shama, Gibimisola, Igodayo, despite the fact of who my grandfather was, who was a lunatic, but I think she is more qualified because of that brave virtue, and it's seen as virtuous and holy, and she was a humble woman too, and a great warrior in her own right, so I think she has the right to be remembered as part of this holy legend for the Custodian of the Orisha Holy Site. She defended her realm, and she fought for it. And she loved to hunt. So, you cannot complete or abandon legend for 5 years, so we have to do it. And I want you to install domestic legend, which the effects on it will increase the chance of spreading the legend. It does cost more money, which we'll deal with that soon. So now, here it is. The land of Igbo is of a highest pious value, and from its soil it's said to spring miraculous water, capable of curing all maladies. When High Shaman Gibimisola heard of this, she felt a great warmth in her heart, for her devotion was so great that the mere thought of a holy place made her tear up. Gibimisola devoted herself to Oldudumare and acted entirely for his will. Every Yoruba wandered the land with the name Gibimisola on her lips, telling countless tales, countless holy happenings in her name. The roads of Fable were accosted by the godless, and with a blade blessed by the Almighty. Gibimisola did chase them all the way, but yet wild beasts and serpents still wander onto the path and do injury unto the faithful. So, Gibimisola did pull out her harp and charm Obatala's creations out of the lands. Gibimisola had worked tirelessly for all of Yoruba and fought the minions of Ajugun here on earth, but at last her struggles were at an end, and the divine plan fulfilled. She lived a life of great honor and piety. Now, we can increase the quality of all this, and among other things, it must be spread to other baronies, and we have to spend money again and prestige for it. So, there's much work to do. So this is a holy legend about this awesome woman who, who died young until, which again, she was delicate, but oh, I'm sure more will come out of this. So now we must spread this legend throughout this realm here. Courtiers be praised. Today I woke up certain for the first time in my life. I proved myself beyond doubt to be an exemplar of Courtiers. Not only the son of Haishon Segun, but I bask in the light of Odumare. I am no longer in the shadow of my mother. It is time to focus on earthly matters and rest assured that I am in Oludumare's good graces. Or should I? Good order shall never tire and never stop a holy pursuit for Oludumare's recognition. Heaven and earth will forever know my name. Just deal with the peasant revolt and we gotta go home. I don't know where the hell they're going. Actually, stop. I just realized how much money this is going to cost us. Lady's over there. And also, I impregnated her already. That didn't take long. Already selling. So tell me, my lord, court physician and chronicler. Maury's voice snaps. My thoughts I find her waving her hand. The ink, spilling ink all over the floor. What about that time that Unitimidere, you talking to me, defeated Adapata in his realm's Dissolution War? That would sure to be an newer legend. I don't feel the need to bring it up again. I say that because I'm humble. And it has nothing to do with her. With the legend that we are making. This damn peasant fault war. Where is it going? No. Stop. Stop. Funeral. Perhaps this could be the way to go out and reconcile. Yeah. I'll be there. Died gout-ridden just some years ago, and you decided to hold a funeral. Well, once I'm over there, maybe perhaps we can start anew between us. I'll be there. It's a slow walk to be there, but because I have other priorities. Our road takes the treasure parts on the scan for any dangers ahead. A rusty bush grabs my attention. Could it be a wild animal? Is that very similar effect? My body jumps out of the bush instead. Holding my... You scare my body. Anyways, let me see what you have. Some kind of fruit eggs. Yes, it looks, smells so delicious. What it tastes like, man. Let's take a move on. You eat it. Yep, I knew it. I said we gotta get rid of him. taken down. My wife's out there leading her troops. Just gotta get rid of the peasant revolt and then bring them back home. Push through. Drained by mosquitoes. Never fun. Nope. Is to be Zega's final rescue place. I'm greeted by the chattering wretch. That's part of another of new. Though I'm loath to be in our company, I'm really here for his minerals, so this is my opportunity to spot her among the more Estonian where I plan to befriend her. As a way of forgiveness. Hopefully. Here we are. Massive disadvantage, but numbers matter. So I'll stand down, it's already over. So we can start making some fortune again. While we promote this legend of mine. If I could bother you a moment, my lord, starts Amina, a tad willing to my liking. It would be a huge boon to us if we commit some more detail to the custodian of the orders always. The grander the better. Looks expected. The feud seeds of conspiracy begin to sprout in my mind. Regarding the existing tale or a more flamboyant detail, sure it wouldn't hurt. But substituting that part of the tale wouldn't hardly have its own merits. Perhaps it is best to let the story grow naturally. I like to have that. And then get this, and then I will switch over to stewardship for the main focus. All eyes fall upon Antiquity. As she falls to the ground in limitation. Heads coating a red knives from view. Her salvo gas chokes left the fellow mourners breathless. Many offer comfort events, as if it were her who was to be committed to the hereafter. I offer comfort. Just say, it's alright. I only wish to befriend her. When the midwife finally exits the birth chamber, of a softly crying bundle of arms, relief washes over me. Then I see the look of his. I'm sorry, my lord. Lady Cortolo, words fail her, but the tone of voice says all. One life has been extinguished, but a new one just begun. I must stay strong for my daughter. She's going to be Obiran Oninola of Crew. Tragic beginnings. So now she's off to Loba. Unfortunately, my wife is not around anymore. It is a shame. I was looking for how to pitch my accent while learning Crew. That's it. No need to cut my studies short. I just need to find someone else to emulate. Sister-in-law. She has a beautiful accent. You rule the High Chiefdom over there. I don't think you'll marry me. Close. Because you're zealous. There's your reason for that. And yes, a little bit further away. But the splendor of my dynasty does not compare to yours. Perhaps I can gift you this. It makes very little difference. You're of that same dynasty. Perhaps when I learn your language, perhaps we could tolerate each other more. Now it's time to commit his final rites for his out. Scott shroud the body's husband above open grave, surrounded by close friends. Stood at the head is Anyanade. A privileged place of mourning afforded only to a magnanimous host. We are given few traditional prayers for the deceased, and his body slowly lowered into the grave where he may rest in paradise for eternity. It's beautiful. You got your legitimacy and piety. Failed to befriend her, but at least I covered her a little. But now I must make my return. Brooke! There's this. Gonna be a little late here. Though the legend is slowly spreading a bit, as we're trying to. Oh, we'll have that dealt with soon. And more corruption. Again, we'll have that dealt with. And there's also Igbo boils. That's near here. It just started here. And it's said to be minor. Stop that. I can go inside again. Many more reports roll in from the chiefdom of Igbo as the Igbo boils continues to rage. What I've brought to me the latest mistress personally slams a hand onto my desk. Now, people expect us to be performing some acts to help with them. So just a message. Now I've seen this type before. All we need to do is purge some of the filthy animals that have been bedeviling the area. Effects surely won't last about them. She leads back to satisfaction. It is the will of Olumare. This is gonna hurt me no matter what because it's calm and humble. So, what will happen? We must call the sheep. Disastrous call. It's likely going to spread northwards than it is towards here, as we're not at risk of infection, but just in case. It has spread towards that. The light shines so pleasant during the throne room this morning, my lord. Court decision and chronicler Worry says, walking around him. It sure reminds you the day the fate started to start the high shaman Gabeme Solas was. It turned out that the Physicist replaced as a relevant one. Ah, what a... Don't have the plus challenge, so I said, what would that add? You gotta get rid of this local corruption. Good. There's another area that had some lack of sheriffs. Here. Get rid of it. Yeah. Especially have other modifiers, such as smuggling ring arrested. Helps it a bit. It's making its way to the river, which you could spread anywhere. I pause and write, and pause and write. Words to this mission must be chosen carefully. Any loose phrases from a message to my vessel, Giello, will not be looked kindly upon. But her support for the Custodian of the Order Soldiers would be a boon indeed if I get it right. Now let's see, what is exactly she would approve of? She's this person. She's very cold, very greedy. This is so not her. I'll say the Custodian always can also be a tale of revenge. But I guessed incorrectly. Yeah. Now it's starting to go all over the place. I'm interrupted at court today as my court chaplain hurls herself towards my throne, pointing and screaming, "Heretic!" on her way. The Custodian of the Order Soldiers side makes claim that the High Shaman Gubemisola of Ili Yoruba has powers beyond even Oldumare himself. Heresy! At the highest degree! It sounds like a lunatic to me, but the markings around her would indicate some degree of her. No need for that. Listen, you're old, alright? And you're out of touch, so get this commoner out of my court. Oh, great. Now you replace it with a drunk. And now she is one of the promoters. Are you the first to promote? Yes, she is the first to promote the legend. But there's also an ongoing epidemic which has killed no characters yet. But it's causing concern. You know, measles is no good to nobody. I walk through a minute and reveals something deeply unpleasant. A plague arrived in this unassuming hamlet. The lumpy skin of the diseased is bright red and painful to the touch. They sweat even in the cold, and they have a look of leper in their eyes. Already people are calling this infection Egalitarian boils. While numbers remain low, it's only a matter of time before it spreads further. Summon a physician. The dim flickering lights of Wars infirmary illuminates the scene as Precision lays out a plan of attack. I have a number of observations regarding Igbo boils. Chiefly, the way patients are besieged by red spots like I've never seen before. The plague is sent us by Aljukun. It is only by thinking outside the box of traditional medicine that we can hope to undo this curse. Thankfully, I'm an expert in mystical matters that can provide cures for both the body and the souls of the people. Ultimately, the exact strategy of preventing the spread of the plague of mine. But you know, we're both wise people here. So whatever esoteric practices are required, we shall do. So we opt for mystical treatment. Decried as heretical by many, Warren's treatments seem to have worked quite well in slowing the spread of disease. Exercise regimens to sweat out the corruption, bloodletting to release bad humors, and thorough cleansing to prevent the accumulation of miasma. Seems to be just the thing to stop the Igbo boys. Wonderful! This should work. It's already killed one character. That's because you can see the fatality here. Killed a few more. Another one of my acquaintances have decided to promote the legend. Yeah, everything's starting to fade away now. That was pretty concerning, but we managed. Okay, regular duties. Of course, son. Plagues left the realm. Spent 21 gold for it. Still trying to learn your language, and then we'll try to improve relations with you and see if we can. Meditate seclusion. Stop right there. A hunt. I haven't done much hunting, but doesn't have to try. That would make me slow down a lot. Even they would slow me down. Oh, you'll do. Ma'am, you do just about everything. Double dipping your pay for just about everything. They still make travel safer. I ain't scared. Let's go. You know, I'm not really a fighting man, but I'll see what I could do. Alright, learn the language. Now, would you like to marry me? Too many existing alliances. Damn. Damn! Why haven't you called me into your wars? I wish I could have ended that negotiated alliance, because I would have loved to, you know, get her too. But she'll say no now. That's an idea. Why don't you go visit her realm, try to improve relations there? My son and heir has been captured. What war is that for anyway? A claim? Nope, you're about to be subjugated by Vassalier and we'll take it all over anyway, instead of being independent. And now you have it. As long as within the house. Haven't we seen that massive tree before? So we're going in circles. Perhaps he's right. We see no signs of getting out of this forest of ours. Are we even still in any moment? A dead streetcar makes it possible to tell the time of day or even the direction ready. This rate will never make it to. Send someone to find a local guide. Someone who knows the place and like it. Every morning seems to have reached my court chaplain leaves the litter and suddenly glides away from my son. This time I start to follow our path and find our lively chaplain, local shaman Uzuma. Summer begins and the light the candles illuminates. As while the shadows play against the walls like ornaments. Hold on here. Going left to the source. What are you doing? The age just occurred to me there may be more than one truth. There is room for a calm debate here. Nature will provide for us, I says. At least the legend's spreading faster than I thought. You seek antelope, huh? Ground grows wetter, the air heavier. As we ride deep in the wilderness of Agaja. Suddenly from 100 degrees surrounds us, a giant of a man appears, hulking on layered dirty clothing. Explain yourself. What are you doing in my mustang? Out of my way, foul rube. Away from the others, I came across a cottage housing one of the most beautiful people I've laid my eyes on. She invited me to stay and rest. I was surprised by how much I have in common with a simple peasant. Must she return and hunt so soon, my lord? I'd never met a man like you. Calm, fickle, and just. She's of my faith with a different culture. You know, adultery is bad unless you get her married, and there's a penalty for this. If you choose to do that. At least I've landed sons and daughters and all that. But you get the idea. I'm here to hunt, nothing more. Can't do it. Quaid's first spot, it's called Horns. The fly bugs are distinguished, there's no doubt there. Zeros through the depths underground. Takes off at the beast. It's getting away. You know the dangerous antelope. Gotta keep up with that blasted thing. That thing is going. Became ill. Thank you for the hunter trait. Iron Chicas and Avisa. This dozens of men in combat, and honestly all those fights are dolls. So I am on this road looking for someone better than me. Someone I can learn from. If you could best me in combat, I'll become a valuable and loyal servant, and so understand. Demand to meet one of you in a fair fight. She's an ugly woman, but what? You do it. You'll show how it's done. Huh. How could you be bested? Hey, you're going across territory where there's little control. Be careful. Her long plate inspired in a classics of the old times. I received my invitation this morning, but to my surprise at this point, even though I am his liege, it seems I will not attend the spectacle in the place of honor. I can sense a criticism, a sort of veiled signal of defiance by all my vast impotence. If I want to look good and reassert my true place in my realm, I need to take definitive measures. Oh, use the... You ain't got no intrigue. I'll just accept the discreet place reserved for me. So I accept the knowledge reserved to me, knowledge that is from the presence of all the vassals to your person and position. Every vassal except the organized who are not humble will be embarrassed by the situation, and you will suffer the respective opinion penalty. False prestige, legitimacy, and a tiny bit of renown. Since you become quite a traveler yourself. It's just a regent. She's going to where? Pilgrimage. Again, wish I could marry. She will. Okay, good. I don't have too many alliances now. Because of some screwy thing that's been going on here. So, we shall have it. That is your wish. So now, I don't know if this is a good idea. I don't think she would want us to do to me because, look, she's traveling right now. So let's not get ahead of herself. But the legend is still slowly spreading. Speaking of which, Singer's occupied one dies, filling the night music. As I take a sip of my mead, I close my eyes and allow myself a moment of rest. And now, all listen, all listen. Custodian doors always on. My Courtiers fills the room. Sounds of cutlery banging on the table and Ross's laughter. A doubtful thought haunts you. Among them races. Am I worthy? No, I'm not. I'm not. I am not. I step at a temple and the light paints the walls with the soft tones of dusk. Take a deep breath. Oh, little matter, I have failed you. A mere mortal, unworthy, useless, pathetic. Une timidere? I am not. No, it's not a presence temple. Of Urigborn, a troll stands next to me, his hands joined by. I have traveled many days and nights to hear about your legend. I know that Odomar is eager to hear it too. You don't think too highly of it, but you need to start the spreading legend westward, and you can do it. You're right. So you'll start promoting it too. You know, you have not done this yet. What benefit does it give from now working with Trans-Saharan merchants? +1 stewardship and diplomacy. And a high chance that a merchant will come over and biz deal next 5 years as long as that modifier exists or until a merchant spawns. This chance varies depending on your skills, traits, and other factors. Two realms separated by a courtly language. Gilligan confronts me as I walk in the chamber. I gather Courtiers, led by Lafayette. We're all crowded on a recent letter from Uniblinka. Lafayette waves over me, shouting laughter. My lord, you must simply read this. It has the official seal of Songhay, but every word is spelled like it was written by an illiterate peasant. Those scatterbrained sluggards can't even use the right consonants, much less speak good Yoruba. It's hilarious. Are they not our linguistic cousins? Because that culture over there, different heritage altogether. Recently detected an attempt by someone that can only be part of my council to smear among the courtiers. Guess the vast amount is susceptible to be influenced. This bad word about me can only be spoken out of contempt by a person, which without proof points perhaps to in it. I don't see how my guard about possible future attempts to defame me again. While perhaps a reshuffle of council positions to accommodate someone with a better opinion of myself is in order. I am not happy at all. So in this case, it's you two. A feast, huh? I'll be there. It's way up there. And it's dangerous. Shit. Knowing I'm going to be around for long. Bring the Trans-Saharan merchants. Its lack of control is the reason. Nothing I can do about that. May not arrive feast at time, but I guess we'll just have to go. One second. Get bodyguards. You don't have them. Just needed bodyguards to come with me to the entourage. Thank you. Now get Trans-Saharan merchants. Hopefully we get lucky that we can get a few. Because it's a long travel to there and back. Notice that and avoids me more than usual. She always sets the opposite end of the table whenever invited to the feast. He constantly refuses my company while camping. May not have the best relationships, but that attitude is starting to tire me. Oh, we're defaming. Leave me there as a lumbering sycophant. It'll be way better when you do. Okay, my sword, take care of it. This one costs less. Well, you know what we did is effect on liege. It's legend spread chance a lot. But I think that'd just be for the entire realm. I mean, it's doing very well. It's 67. And once I'm over there, I could spread the legend up there. Meanwhile, the grotto emerges from the vegetation like a stone arch of the cathedral. On its entry is a small wooden table in the stall. Someone has left the lantern burn out. Careful, my liege. Warrior holds her own up from it. Just our penitence. You are quick to make accusations that dimly illuminate. Figure stands at the entrance to the cave. I'm merely a hermit, and you carry the title of the Uni. Tell me about my future. Then it takes a second for replying. She gets up and waits till I fall. There's some herbs scattered around what seems to be room under your bed. She turns to me and waits from the entourage of body divorce. You shall find who that seeks. How insightful. I think I know a cure. Journeying through Custodian, I pass by a particularly looking tent. Spread over to see more tickets. Look at the occupant inside. Come in, Almighty Uni. I can tell you many miles to go. I can offer you a reading for future travels for a modest price. The strange man has piqued the interest of my entourage, but I'm willing to pay for a reading. How about you come and experience the future with me? I'm a wise man, and we do need wise men like you in the court. We stayed on the road slightly too long, and the sun's starting to dip below the horizon. Outside of surrounding terrain, shapes start to merge and form an angry looking armed figures. This your road is a toll. Pay up, says the biggest and frankly ugliest of the bunch. Cold precision warrior steps forward, weapons raised, looks at me for direction. Oh no, don't do that. I said, tolls over peasants and I'm the Uni. you get wounded, I'm sorry. No bits of music. As I travel through the savannah a bit, I hear a melody drifting gently across the landscape. A quick diversion off the path brings a group of musicians playing their hearts out of what must be some local new pensive music. Stopping to listen to the beautiful music, I find in my heart filling with joy. So they're musical theorists. I want to learn to play. I did not know that they had that tradition. Well, there's only 2 traditions, so there's not much they have. As we trekked through Bida, our caravan stopped at a clearing bordered by tall grass. I proceeded toward the commotion only to find Debutantes and Ibtisam having an irate row. For the last time, Ibtisam, I've nothing left to spare. How dare you ask for more gold and after you let me bleed completely dry? And we asked, but I need more. Don't be so stingy, Debutantes. Ibtisam spits back, annoyed. We had time for your petty squabbling. This is going to slow down the travel. I don't even know if we're going to make it to the feast. My son has just finished last held by Gatkoye, on the manager of the treasury, and I go there. Seems only bits of mentioning gold have stuck. Now he's levying small tax from all the servants so you can chase down much like their collected annoyances. Have you not learned anything? The lesson was about fairness. Just is a virtue. Good. Spread the promotion up here. Spread the promotion. Promote the spreading of this legend here. Oh hell. You see what's going on and where we're going? We are going to a place where there's a raid going on. And we're about to have this here feast. Servants run across the hall bringing the final decorations. Some of the guests are yet to arrive. I'm going to indulge myself with a delicious drink by the fire. I can't wait for that doxy to make a fool of herself. You really want to say that? What a lovely time that is. I'm only here just to spread this legend. Every guest is gathered in the great hall. My contemptuous host has finally welcomed us all to this here feast. This woman here is Dark Spirit's blessing, unrelenting devotion. I admire that. No, sir, the son was not slightly late to serving the food. Poor Wolfinere looks ready to burst with frustration. In between grumbles from his stomach, I can only hear grumbles of displeasure. So that's the point. Where is our food? In all the celebration of revelry, there's a lull of conversation across the entirety of the attendees. Archer or Savala are the only ones still exchanging words, and I feel myself compelled that the silence's eyes begin to fall on me. Perhaps this quiet will be my opportunity to talk about the Custodian, the original holy site. Everyone must hear the legend. This character's been roaming around the world spreading their legend and events and celebrations to any who will listen, further increasing the legend spread chance for the next 15 years. What a vast and endless array of foods and desserts are these the kind of meals that you could expect in Urun. Oh, what expects a selection of sweets. This must be the most food I've ever seen in one place. Delightful. Feast is winding down, and I find myself deep in conversation with my apprehensive acquaintance, Bill. He inquires my opinion on court alliances, a subject he's deeply interested in himself. Well, it's a subject that fascinates me as well, and, hey, you could be useful. Would you like to come over? Get out of this place? Me. A toast to me? Wow, it's a lovely moment. One I've been rather looking forward all evening. All comes and goes swiftly. So that's why you want me here. Thank you. I'd be highly esteemed to this. I'm publicly honored with this. Feels nice to be appreciated, I say that humbly. Delight pours through the windows. In just one moment, the whole hall becomes illuminated. Most of the seats are now empty. Some servants hand me my weapons to take their leave of that cherry bomb. What a pleasure it was to have you with us, smiles at me. What a feast! Before coming, my clothes were slack and ill-fitting. Now I staggered out of the halls twice, as full of food and merriment as when I arrived. This was a feast I was struggle to forget. Now I shall depart. I should hold feasts of my own if we had the money. I mean, we tried to raid, but we couldn't. But now the legend would be spreading like wildfire in many different areas and baronies and like that. By traveling together with examining merchant caravans, I come across business opportunities in Island. While Antiquity, we were able to secure favorable trade with the merchants we met there. I could accept this deal as is, or risk and haggle to get even more out of the other merchants. But they might refuse and the deal might fall through. Okay. 45 gold, that's pretty good. If only we could get a couple more, then it'll be much less of an issue. You too promote this legend. About to break camp. They're gonna cure. Oh, she's got pneumonia. Here lies Saint Debutantes of oil. Wasn't there a person named that in the past? Or am I crazy? We better get going. I can't help but pace restlessly as wife reads the provisions for a court to visit the court of Anaba, my neighboring ruler. Warriors expressed intent to spread the word of Custodian, preferably able to corner the enemy and persuaded to join the cause. The myriad of air. Use your wits. He's charmed and he'll start spreading it. Just promote it even though it has not reached to there yet. But certainly the chances of being spread. Just doing whatever it takes. And we need a lot of gold for this. So we should consider raiding. Is that more? Tyranny of my son's tyranny. The conflict between the Zama interests me a little until the count summary of the Battle of Olympia. Somehow I know before I even open it contains the good news. There among the dispatches it reads, we confirmed Kodoru was killed, staunchly resisting the Zaman archers. He was slain by Doro, knight of Nana Tiwanife, in a fierce encounter. I can't help but grin at the thought that he died fighting my wars. This was blowing my spirit for days. Good riddance. That's all I gotta say about that, just good riddance. You too. You hit him. We've had this event before. We should start raiding for real this time. As I promenade down the stairs across the courtyard, I reached one of the corridors where servants usually watch John. But it's not them I find. I feel so situation. Loud and clear while I conceal myself along the stone pillars. What is High Shaman and this all is done anyway? Is there any of us to see his so-called legend on that is probably making us sing now? You there. I'll take this hit for once. He apologizes, son of legend. It's my ancestors you're talking to. You don't disrespect my ancestors. That is a cardinal sin. You got that? Now let's try this again the first time as it was earlier in the episode. We just need the money to upgrade this. It's highly doubtful that I would want to make it to all the way to there. Just need to increase the quality. Although there's a 50% chance you'll gain access to a legendary shrine for here. The good Yoruba ivory carving was destroyed. That's another thing I would love to spend money on as well. Go raid. $100. All you need is, I mean, you can complete it if you wish, but I would like for it to increase quality once, but we need the money. Which will definitely give you a lot more legitimacy from the legendary protagonist. And gain access to commission the legend artifact decision, allowing the commission a chronicle to commemorate this legend. And as well as gain access to evangelize the realm, immediately converting vast swaths of the realm to my faith. Seems like a good idea. But that's only when you complete it, of course. So, We'll increase the quality when we can afford it. So all I have to do is just raid, and then get back here. Excellent. We're just getting started. What's going on? Oh, that's further up there. Go. One more time in my own castle. Okay, get this and now switch over to stewardship. Capture the guest in the night. Alright, Tux, before we out playing with the bow. To my surprise, I ran into a wounded doe. He later lashed out at me, thinking I staged the whole kind of some kind of test. But then show me that you could have felled an animal yourself. Then. Well. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think you got a lot of money. This is a place to be. raid there, and where else? Because we gotta go back at some point. Plus they get full. For many months, the clerics in my realm have been attempted to lobby me and merge my dynasty to see their request to have more prominent role in their affairs of the country. They were at last they were able to politically corner me to decide on the matter. My answer, however, was a significant impact over these angles. Oh, hell no. For once, snub the clerics. I'll spend quite a bit of money, which I could definitely afford. Though my javelin will be mad at me for 30 years, but will gain a renown for it. It's the splendor of the dynasties spread far and wide. So I'm happy with that arrangement. It's right there and then there, and you got your money. You're gonna be rich. This place has been raided. This hasn't. When you're done with these two, come back. Died from his wounds. How'd you get wounded? Well, just hope nobody comes after you. This is the last place you're going to raid and we're going to send you home. Same for you. Because we're going to upgrade this legend. That's what the money's going to be spent on. Now return to your nearest border. Fortunately, the border is not as far as it once was long ago. As the renown of my dynasty grows, familiarity with the great, glorious all to do our sigil spreads too. My family's device is now recognized in the regional circles of nobility, counted highly among the prominent noble Yoruba bloodlines, as it should be. To came master work. My vassal Nana Sabe has honored me to visit and has brought his courtiers along. Sabe approaches me excited. Well met. Oh, only Debutantes. Pleases me to see you thriving here in Ife. It occurs to me that Nike here might be of service in your court. She's an incredibly talented scholar and the brightest I've ever learned from. I'll make use of her myself, but alas, it doesn't seem possible. Hate to see it. Talent go to waste. Wouldn't take her and unleash her potential. Oh, I know a place just for her. We'll catch another one of the knights, but nobody, of great importance. Alright, come over here, and so then, it's coming. My son's been captured. It's due to that tyranny war. We delivered it, and now here comes some more. It'll be there in 41 days. And then we'll upgrade it. Stopped promoting because that person died. Thank you very much. Ledge is ready to be upgraded. Nothing is altered from this chronicle, but we'll increase the quality of it now. It's the same now, but it's spread to 100 baronies. So if you want to upgrade this one more time, you have to spread it to 300 baronies, though that option seems to be very unlikely at this point. I could complete that right now. Yeah. Perhaps I think it's for the best. Because whatever that's written, though sometimes maybe exaggeration. But as I said before, I don't think there's any way that we can just upgrade that because 300 baronies is insanity. And there's people of other faiths, and including up there and further up north in Islam, which they'll never accept that. Just go along with it, okay? So let's just complete this ledger, which will make it impossible to start it again. So we'll gain access to evangelize the realm decision. Immediately converting fast to a realm tier faith. And you'll gain 50 additional legitimacy from your legend protagonist. Gain access to the commission legend artifact decision. Allow me to commission a chronicle to commemorate the legend. And I'll gain a lot of legitimacy out of this. 50% chance to gain access to legendary shrine in the clear grounds for legendary building decision. So let's do that. Which again, I'm in no mood of upgrading that one more time, and I think upgrading that to the highest level of this legend would be like, no way. I think you're better off doing that if you're in places like, oh, let's say India and Europe, Catholic Europe especially, where having that in third tier would actually be possible. But in Africa, too many different faiths and cultures and things like that are largely unknown to you. I don't think they would help you promote it. Just glad you have to do it with Empire instead of a small realm. Otherwise, we would have never got this far. So we have to complete that here. So here is at the end of the book of High Shaman Gibimi Sola and her miracles that were famous among the Aborisha. Almighty Oldumare, may I pray for your blessings upon this book, Custodian on the Orisha holy site. Gibimi Sola devoted herself to Oldumare and acted entirely for his will. Every Yoruba wandered the land with the name Gibimi Sola on their lips, telling countless tales of holy happenings in her name. And here it was written, Ile Efe, 29th of October, 955 AD. So be it. It said exactly what it says. So, the ledge is completed and is no longer actively promoted. We did what we set out to achieve, and we've done it. And you can clear grounds for legendary building. So, the one realm provinces would be eligible for legendary shrine. Statue, you have to get mythical or illustrious legitimizing legend. And legendary palace, that's for mythical or illustrious heroic legend. Watchtower is for mystical or illustrious legend while having the the Dynasty Legacy, which is one of those Dynasty Legacies I'll show you. Show me that again. Dynasty Legacy. Select the 5th education trait to make it more common with the Dynasty. That. Actually over here, that's over legitimacy. Here, I missed that. And Legendary Hunting Lodge. Completed a mythical illustrious legend about a beast, or have 50 experience in the hunter trait. Level is 30, then so he requires 50 trait experience, so it has to be there. Or prolific hunters and avid falconers tradition. And also has to be done when you found a legendary animal and you defeated it too. So the only one that makes the most sense is the legendary shrine. This place to worship is not merely a great feat of engineering itself, it's also a safe haven for pilgrims into the devout, and a testament of the piety of its commissioner. It will not consider a holy site. Magnificent buildings caused the county to become a great religious hub in the region. For those that have it, increases tax a bit, especially in holding taxes and control. And the owner of the holding gets a bit more piety, the same faith. Zealous vassals will like you and pay you more. So, that place to be will be in Overhaul, next door to EPE, which also has its own special building, which is, holy site, but you can't do that right now. But here, which is another developed part of it, we can do that. Oh, and also you can commission a legendary artifact, but look how much that costs! 600! $600! And you evangelize the realm. It's basically some random county. We'll simply just convert to the faith here. One example over there, as that's of the Immersive faith. For the I choose Valu. Alright, clear the grounds. Gain a legendary slot for the legendary shrine, and if you want to build a legendary shrine, you gotta have 900 gold. That's once per use. And gee, how many times can you do that? One second. It doesn't appear to be doing unless you unpause. Watch. Boom. Okay. Why not? Do it for all. Because, that'll deal with the minorities issue. Actually, I just saw some names being repeated, so stop that. Okay. Where is Paul? It's already now, but it does not spawn whoever the previous faith was for minorities, so that'll help it. There. So we're basically getting rid of it. Because, you know, we are an organized faith, and therefore we have to get it for everybody. Also, we do have control of another holy site. That adds piety per night and prestige per night. That's good. But it's highly unlikely would make a book that commemorates a said legend. Unless you go reading a lot more. But you did very well. Now perhaps that may or may not convince people to convert to local faith. Unless it's demanded. So, you know. My daughter changed to the outcome faith. Well, you are from there. But I say... Oh, you'll do it? Yeah. Okay. Change that back. Someone else has got to give you a guardian. Stick with the old faith. Keep it that way. Send her over there. Now get the gold for once. You think I should go for the idea to say, let's save up 600 gold in the next episode? Let's commission a legend artifact. Why not? Produce a book to commemorate the legend, because we don't have a single book as a court artifact in here. And we haven't seen any new inspired people as of late, so no. So I will actually end this episode right now. Actually ended on April 1st. There you go. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That whole episode was about that legend that we have created, the Custodian of Holy Site. Although you can create another legend because we do have another Holy Site, but there's no need to do that right now. Unless you're going to be in the mood that says, hey, what we did, that was good. So how about we create and search for a new legend seed and make something up? Well, I think I could see that happening in the future. Like this person, who's ambitious. Which I could see him being the type of person who would say, I want to create a legend about myself, make him greater. Unless you have to go along with the arrogant trait or all that. Or based on certain actions. But we shall see. So we hope you people have enjoyed this episode. But until the next one, so long for now.